Here is your West Coast tax deed treasure guide. Because it's the West Coast, it's sunny. Put some shades on here and walk you through where to go, what to do to get some tax deeds, but now I can't see, so I'm gonna take these off. So there's a lot of great treasures on the West Coast when it comes to tax deed sales. So real quick, on the West Coast, you'll be dealing with Washington, Oregon, and California. Go a little bit inland, actually, there's a little more. You got Idaho and Utah. You got Nevada, who does a little bit of liens, a little bit of deeds. So I want to walk you through kind of the times of year when they're having them so that maybe you can be prepared, and go on a little bit of a treasure hunt. You know, back in the day, the gold miners were doing the California gold rush and a horse and a wagon, and it was tough going. These days, you got to get on the computer. You know, maybe the room temperature is a bit too warm. You got to turn that down. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. So I want to walk you through that stuff here today so you can take action and have some success with buying some properties up to 90% below market value with tax deeds. Now, before we continue, I'm Dustin Hahn. I'm doing this stuff now for 20 years. I've helped thousands of people get into liens and deeds. So if you like this channel, if you like this stuff, go ahead and hit the thumbs up on this video. Subscribe so you can catch our most recent information. And if you're just tuning in, for everybody that comes, I give a totally free training called the ABCs of Tax Lien and Deed Investing. It is completely free. It'll walk you through it, how to get started, how to get a deal, on-demand trainings. I took these DVDs, put them on demand. Get a deal in 30 days, Tax Lien and Deed Investing 101. And many more free goodies. There's a link to that below in the bio in case you want to get started. Nothing for sale there. So Washington's going to be happening generally later in the year. There's some really good sales there, obviously. And within Washington, what's going to happen is often November, December type thing is when the sales are going to be happening. So the first thing you need to do is figure out if something in Washington makes sense. Now, you might be on the West Coast, you might be on the Midwest, or maybe you're on the East Coast and you want to go check things out. So remember, with tax deeds, what I love about this business is the fact that you can get dirt cheap properties and it will go ahead and it'll wipe out the mortgage. This is the perfect launch vehicle for you to start to get into real estate, to get your first deal and start to maybe transition out of your job full time. Like I've mentioned many times in most of my videos, you know, I was working a job in the oil field. I hated it. And it was tax deed investing that allowed me to leave the frigid winters and actually go to California for tax deeds, which is our second one. California has tax deeds. Often they have them in the spring, maybe May through July. And, you know, Riverside can be a good sale to go to. San Bernardino, there's a lot. We're actually posting a series on all of the counties coming out soon, but I just want to educate everybody on just kind of some of the big deed states out in the West, okay? From there, you're going to have Idaho. Also, Idaho's going to be doing their sales within the spring and kind of May, June. But once again, it's going to vary from county to county. And the thing I want you to kind of take home here, remember, there are 1,500 tax deed counties out there, 1,500 tax lien. And remember, at a deed sale, you're buying the property. The opening bid is going to be the outstanding back taxes owed. So for some of you watching, you're literally going to get home run deals and nobody else is going to bid against you. For others, maybe you go to your first sale and there's tons of people there. Maybe they get bid up. Don't let that leave a sour taste in your mouth, okay? For some reason, when folks get into this business, they go to one sale and everything gets bid up maybe above market value and they just blanket it over the whole entire industry. Like, oh, I went to my sale, it didn't work. Someone saying that is the equivalent of like, maybe you've never driven a car and, or I'm not saying you, but maybe someone's never driven a car. You know, they live in southern state or something, and then they go and they fly to Alaska and then they drive a car and it's icy and it's winter. And then they say, you know what? No, I don't drive cars because all of the roads are icy and snowy. That's the equivalent. So if you've only went to like one or two sales and maybe they got bid up, don't let that discourage you. Remember, there's 1,500 of them. Some of you are going to get your first deal at your first sale. Some of you, maybe it'll be the third, fourth sale, fifth sale. Not a big deal. If you're getting a $100,000 house for $5,000-$10,000, it is worth it. You can replace your income in 1 year with one good deal, which is what I love about this business. From there, you're going to have Utah. Okay, they're going to do some of their sales in the spring, May, June. Oregon, right? So Oregon can vary. They can do it at different times of year. Maybe some in the fall, some in the spring. I know I'm not quite being specific here on that, but the name of the game is that they do fluctuate a little bit. Maybe some counties are changing. The best thing to do is get a game plan. Figure out, do you live in one of these states? Do you want to go there? Do you know somebody there? Okay, that always helps as well. These days, you can do some of these sales virtually. A lot of counties in California might use an online service, maybe like Bid for Assets or an auction company. What that will allow you to do is you can have someone go take pictures of the property and you can bid at home online. It used to be very challenging to do tax deed sales remote because you'd have to be there in person to bid. So nowadays, with the online sales, it removes that barrier, which is totally awesome because you can bid at home and you don't have to trust somebody with $50,000 cash to send to them if it's paying cash. Now, that being said, if it is also an auction where you do pay in cash, there's great opportunity. And remember, Washington and some of these other states, a lot of the times, if it's an in-person sale, you have generally sometimes an hour to get your funds to the county. And what a lot of people don't realize is the fact that after the auction, after an hour, some people don't pay. They bite off more than they can chew and they can't pay for the property. So there's a second auction that might happen a few hours later that most people don't know about. So definitely take note and find out when that is. So it's time for you to get started in this business. Everything on this channel is designed to help you get started in tax liens and deeds, or to bust out of the barrier of maybe you've done a couple real estate deals, bought your own home, but you've never really cracked into this business. And with the way the economy is right now, with everything going on in the world, real estate is one of the best, safest, most secure businesses. This business has been around for over 200 years. It's not going anywhere. So thanks for watching. If you like this information, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up on this video, share it with anybody who might want to see it. Make sure to subscribe. We've got a lot of good stuff coming out. From there, if you want my help, there's a link below. You can book a call. We'll help you get into the business. And you can go and grab this totally free mini course in the link in the description below. Nothing to sell. It will help you get started. It has been quoted one of the best free trainings out there. I'm not going to say I am the best. I seem to notice there's like 6 people claiming they're the top authority. And you know what? I'm just here to provide you with good old information. Learn from the folks you like. If that's me, I'll be honored to share my information. If it's not, then you probably didn't make it this far. All right. Until next time, see you soon.